Hello everybody, this is UndeRHeLL. We have our research speed workshop today. So I'm going to review how to max your research speed and how to also choose at which time it's reached its maximum efficiency, and you will no longer need to invest in it unless you just want to increase that number for marginal gains. So the first thing we should look at are the talent points, and there's a total of 30 talent points which you can invest in research speed for a total of 85% bonus. Second up is the equipment, on which you can see right here. This is my research gear template. We have three accessories from the Rebel group set, as well as the champion set ring, and you have the other four from the maester set, plus the last one should actually be from the glorious set. The offhand item from the glorious set is the only one that gives research speed. Of course, I do not have that. It's a very premium item which I have not invested in. So this is the equipment that you should use. There are no other items that provide research speed bonuses. Alright, so let's have a look at how to obtain this equipment that we just went through. We'll start with the Eye of Relore, which is a champion set item. You can obtain this by simply doing the daily grind and gathering, and it gives you quite a hefty bonus of 20% research speed. It's very useful, and you should really not ignore this particular item. Now, the other two accessories comes from the Rebel End set. You have the two pendants here. I would highly suggest you start upgrading the one on the left, because it only requires two of each of these items instead of three for each level. So they both come with the exact same bonus, 20% at maximum, and that's a very useful bonus. The Maester set. There's a discussion here on whether or not this should be maxed. My personal opinion is that purple is the ideal level for this set, because the legendary bonus is marginal. I think it's around 15 to 18% more, and it requires a lot of materials. Only the you know only the Macer scrolls themselves would take you forever to obtain. So if you like the grind, of course you can push for it, but my personal opinion is that purple is the ideal level for this set. And the last item I mentioned earlier is the glorious shield. As you can see, it has research speed up here, and it can be taken up to 18% total. Um, that's all good, but as I said, it's a premium item, and yeah, if you want to obtain it, that's great, but it shouldn't be part of a basic guide. So let's move on. Let's have a look at the castle skins. There are three of them. Two have an active bonus, which means you can't stack them, and one of them is giving an owned bonus. So you will have that just for owning the castle exterior. So the two active ones are the Crimson Fort and the High Keep. I think the Crimson Fort is still obtainable. I think the High Keep uh, is only available during the limited sale. They both give the exact same bonus when it comes to research speed. So I would take the Crimson Fort. That's easier to obtain now with the recruitment pass castle exterior. The third one is also obtainable in the Recruitment Pass shop, and it's the Might of the Westerlands, which comes with this hefty 5% research speed bonus. Of course, the army shelter capacity is also quite nice, but that's not the subject of this particular guide. Now, how do you obtain those? You go here to the shop, to exteriors, and you can see here you have the Crimson Fort right here, and you also have the Might of the Westerlands as recently added. Now, it costs one of these coins or tokens, and you can obtain that on the hero level of the recruitment pass, so 100 black diamonds, and that comes up as a level 90 reward. Here it is, castle exterior coupon. So that covers the castle exteriors. Alright, so there's one other way where you can get a lot of research speed, and that is the Expedition Beyond Refinement. So there are, as you can see here, there are 8 equipment items. Each have the possibility of having research speed uh, binds to them, and the maximum that you can get per one equipment is a 40% bonus. So if you actually went ahead and did that to gold on all 8, the maximum available research speed would be an additional 320%. Now that's crazy. That's a huge amount, and I I don't think you should go for such a number. But if you are trying to push for a big research like the Badge Master or an additional um, deployment, the new procedure researches that take a very long time, then it would be helpful to push one or two of these into research. Just roll them into research and you get a hefty bonus. Alright, I almost forgot. I always forget about these guys. There are commanders also that give research bonus, and there's 4 of them. Here we go. The paid one is Mr. Raymond, and he gives a total of 25% research speed. You can see it right here. Now, he is now available in the recruitment pass. I would guess that for a growing account right now that requires a lot of research, you could take him up in the recruitment pass. However, you must calculate your price and see which is best. If you just want to push him to gold quicker, then that makes sense to go for it. If not, you can just buy him weekly. He's a good commander, and awakening actually is very important for him. You can see here you can get an extra research speed. That's 8% right here, and that's another 3% right here. And then if we go to the second star, we have a quality evolution that gives some additional combat rate, by the way, and another 3% research here, and another 20 right here, plus another 3. So that awakening raiment may be useful for people that are concentrating a lot on research, and of course it also gives bonus to gold gatherings. So you for those gold farms, raiment could also be useful. All right, but the free ones that give research, let's move on to those. As where are you guys? Soren, 25%. Again, he is available to awaken and provides bonuses for research speed. I did not really go through this at this point, but it's an option if you are a growing account. Who's next? We have Varys, who gives also research speed right here. Also free commander, so you should try to max it as soon as possible. And the last one is Mr. Tyrion. Now he has a huge bonus here of 40%. So maxing Tyrion it's quite complicated to do because you need to obtain the medals either from elite trials, from alliance trial, or by completing elite and daily events. So it's a long grind, but he is worth it. He's got a very, very nice bonus. So these are the guys that give a research speed at this point, and for a total of, if you get them to gold, of 115%. So that's quite a hefty bonus. All right, guys. So those are basically the main ones, and you get bonuses from other things, but those are just coming up as you grow with your castle. So, for example, as you can see here, the Maester Tower gives you a 30% research speed bonus once it is maxed. But you do need to max it in order to unlock things in the game. So yeah, that just comes naturally. Also, the glory level increases the research speed uh, bit by bit. Yeah, I think the max here is like 10% if you take it to glory level 10. You can also get a bonus for research in here in the nobility, and that also depends on your advancement within the game. So I think at what is it, Lord Commander 1, you get 21%. So basically, if you have 100 million power and what was it, 3 million merit or 5 million merit, I think 3 million merit, you would get this bonus. So that's useful. And what else? Yeah, any other things that give research around here? Well, yeah, there's the Sept bonus, which you can get from the Chrome blessing. So this is an item you can obtain. There's a wheel, an event wheel, maybe comes up every 10 days, where you can obtain this Chrome blessing 10% for 1 hour. There's also 10% for 4 hours and 20% for 1 hour. The last one you can only get from Alliance Mobilization rewards, as far as I've seen, and that's of course random depending on what rewards you get specifically for your account. You can also get a 10% extra bonus if you do your researches on Tuesdays, because that's the day when the COVID bonus of research kicks in. And there are the titles and fairs, which will also appear. The fair will also appear here. So when your king declares a research fair, you will see an extra icon here saying that you have 10% bonus. Now, you should make sure, if it doesn't show here, but you know there is a fair ongoing, you should refresh your game to make sure that the fair is active on your account. Last thing you can get, titles. There's two of them that you can get. The Grand Maester title, which you can get from your kingdom's protocol officer. Most kingdoms have that on Discord. Uh, some have it on World Chat. It all depends on the kingdom that you are on. So you can get a 15% bonus from that. And there is also the Champion City Siege bonus. So you can either get that if you are part of the winning team, or if you have a friendly sharing champion like we have right now. Shout out to Freeze. And you can get this research officer title for an additional 15% a bonus. So those are it. That's all you can get in terms of research speed. So now that we've seen how to get it, let's see what it does. So I am right now looking at a, let's have a look. What should we choose? I'm just gonna have a look here. Let's say this particular one. Yeah, this is a hefty 452 days original speed. Yep, so that's good. Um, that should show the differences quite well. Now, with the current speed which I have, 356%, no titles, no buffs, no nothing. This is the base research speed that I have, and it cuts it down to 99 from 450. So let's have a look at the differences. We're just firstly going to take off the, um, let's just take off the castle, which will take 10% off, right? Let's see what happens. I'm just going to use this one. We were looking at wagon upgrade. So that 10% means about 2 days. It was 99, now it's 101. Yep, awesome. So you'd say marginal, right? So we are now looking at 346 instead of 356. Now let's take this a little bit lower. Maybe we can decrease from the equipment. So let's see, equipment right now gives me 62% research. Well, actually it's 80 because my thing doesn't say it. So we're going to decrease it by 80%. We're just going to put the training gear on. No, training gear also has research. Never mind, let's do attack. Alright, attack has no research, that should be good. So now, same research. It's up to 124 days. We've got a total of 90% research speed, and the time of the research has increased here by 25%. So clearly, uh, it's becoming more and more important here. And here, if you cut an extra and just switch to whatever non-research speed, we are now looking at 161. So 161 at 179. We have now decreased it by 100 and approximately 80%. We basically cut it in half and increased the time by 62%, 63%. So that's quite a difference right there. The numbers count, but as you saw in the beginning, if you only decrease it by 10%, we're talking 2 days for 10% for a huge research. Yeah? So the level where you should no longer be trying to push very hard on research speed is around 325, 330%. If you can reach that number, and anything you push over it is just that extra bonus for the extra lengthy research. For the smaller 10, 15, 20, 50 days, you will see a 8, 9 hours difference for every 10%. It's like not worth putting your time into it. Alright guys, so I hope this helped. Basically, my end conclusion would be that you should invest into getting your equipment in check, and always when you do your researches, obtain the title. If you go for a lengthy one, make sure that there's a fair ongoing. Ideally, kingdoms should run their fairs on Tuesday so they stack with that COVID bonus. So try to push it whenever you do those long researches. When you do the small growth researches, you really shouldn't bother too much with percentages if you manage to reach at least 300, 320%. Now, I know for early game that's a huge number, but trust me, you'll get there. And yeah, you will see that pushing it further than that is not exactly ideal. Alright guys, this was it. Thanks for watching. This was Nergal. I hope you learned something today, and I wish you a very nice day going forward. Cheers.